Why would a 16-year-old Khloe Kardashian go on tour with P. Diddy?
I definitely was drinking at 16.
You were 16.
I did not start drinking till later.
You were driving cars at 15.
Ever since Diddy's arrest, a lot of people have been talking about the Kardashians, specifically Kim and Kris. Now, I'm not saying don't focus on Kim and Kris, but from old episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the one that was closest to Diddy, it seems, was definitely Khloe. And why would a 16-year-old Khloe be on tour with Diddy? Khloe, from what we know, never sang, was never a singer or a dancer. So what was she doing on tour with him at 16 years old?
It was so freaking amazing. And that girl, Val, is it Val? She has her ish together. Like, really. It was super cool. And I don't think she thought she was gonna flake on us, did she? Because that night, she was like, thought she was getting interviewed. But she had the best time. She thought it was like such a cool place. And I love that.
Fun. Well, I know you're known for the parties. When you think of a party or a good time, you think of Puff.
You do.
But we've been known to party with you a few times. What are like, I don't know, some of you were just at Puff's birthday.
So who was with you this weekend?
A bunch of my friends.
Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber,
So far,
French
so good.
Montana.
Do you even know half the people you're naming?
No.
The moment FBI agents stepped into Diddy's Miami mansion, the Kardashian family's phone started blowing up. Within hours, years of Instagram posts, Twitter mentions, and public appearances connecting them to Diddy vanished. But the internet never forgets, and what's coming to light now has Hollywood insiders questioning everything about this powerful family's rise to fame. The raid wasn't just about Diddy. It opened a Pandora's box of Hollywood secrets that some of the industry's most powerful families desperately wanted to keep hidden. Let's go back to where it all started. In the early 2000s, before anyone had heard of a reality show called Keeping Up with the Kardashians, 16-year-old Khloe Kardashian was spotted regularly in Diddy's inner circle. But this wasn't just occasional appearances at public events. According to multiple sources who worked with Diddy during this period, Khloe was actually touring with him. No official role, and no clear reason why a teenager would be traveling with a music mogul twice her age. When questioned about it years later, the family brushed it off as normal Hollywood networking. One former tour manager, speaking on condition of anonymity, revealed something particularly disturbing. There were times when Khloe was the only teenager present at these adult gatherings. Kris Jenner would just drop her off and leave. Nobody questioned it because, well, it was Diddy's world, and everyone wanted to be part of it. This same source noted that Khloe had unprecedented access to Diddy's inner circle, something that even established celebrities couldn't achieve. The connections run deeper than anyone realized. Recently uncovered footage from Diddy's property shows the Kardashians were frequent visitors at his notorious private gatherings. These weren't your typical Hollywood parties. They were exclusive events where careers were made and secrets were traded. In one particularly telling Keeping Up with the Kardashians episode, Khloe casually mentioned to Kourtney about a Diddy party where people weren't wearing much. The scene was quickly cut from reruns, but not before fans archived it. Speaking of archived footage, an old Instagram live video recently resurfaced showing Kim Kardashian at one of Diddy's infamous New Year's parties. In the background, you can clearly see several prominent figures who are now caught up in various investigations. The video was deleted within hours of Diddy's arrest, but screenshots are still circulating online. What's particularly interesting is the date. This party took place just weeks before Kim's career suddenly skyrocketed. Kris Jenner's involvement takes this story to another level. While she cultivated a public image as a protective mother, behind the scenes she was fostering close ties with Diddy's empire. A 2013 clip from the Hollywood Walk of Fame shows them in an intense private conversation, with Kris looking notably concerned. Industry insiders who've worked with both camps say Kris and Diddy had an arrangement, one that helped launch the Kardashian brand into the stratosphere. But it wasn't just about parties and social connections. Financial records obtained by investigators paint a complex picture of money flowing between Diddy's businesses and Kardashian-affiliated companies. One transaction particularly stands out, a $50 million payment authorized around the same time Kim's career suddenly exploded. Coincidence? The timing suggests otherwise. What's even more intriguing is how this payment was structured, broken down into smaller amounts, routed through various shell companies, and finally landed in an offshore account linked to a Kardashian business entity. The money trail doesn't stop there. Between 2010 and 2020, there were at least a dozen major financial transactions between Diddy's empire and various Kardashian ventures. Each one coincided with a major career milestone for the family. When Kylie launched her cosmetics line, a mysterious investment of $20 million appeared from a company later linked to Diddy. When Kendall wanted to break into high fashion modeling, suddenly all the right doors opened. Doors that typically take years to access. But here's where things get really interesting. Recent leaks from a former Kardashian employee suggest that the family maintained a separate communication channel with Diddy, using encrypted messaging apps and burner phones. This same source claims that whenever major decisions were being made about the family's empire, Diddy was always consulted first. The question is, why would America's most famous family need to be so secretive about their relationship with him? Now, as federal investigations intensify, the Kardashians face their biggest crisis yet. Their legal team is working overtime, and their PR machine is in full damage control mode. But sources close to the family say they're terrified about what might come out next. One former employee notes, they're not just worried about their reputation, they're worried about their empire crumbling. There are things that happened in those early years that they never thought would come to light. The panic seems justified. Just last week, several hard drives were reportedly seized from one of Diddy's properties. According to sources close to the investigation, these drives contain years of security footage from various properties, including parties attended by the Kardashians. The family's legal team has already filed multiple motions attempting to block the release of any footage, citing privacy concerns. But legal experts say these attempts might actually be drawing more attention to whatever they're trying to hide. The real question isn't just what happened in the past, it's what's happening right now. Why are the Kardashians suddenly so interested in Diddy's legal troubles? What could he possibly know that has them scrambling to protect themselves? As this story continues to unfold, one thing's becoming clear. Hollywood's most famous family might have built their dynasty on a foundation that's starting to crack. Adding fuel to the fire, several high-profile Hollywood fixers, the kind of people who make scandals disappear, have been spotted entering and leaving the Kardashian family office in Calabasas. These aren't your typical PR consultants. These are the heavy hitters who only show up when something massive needs to be contained. One source who works in private security noted that the level of activity suggests they're preparing for something bigger than just bad publicity. This is crisis management on a scale I haven't seen since the early days of Harvey Weinstein, the source revealed. But here's what's truly shocking. New evidence suggests the Kardashians might be actively working behind the scenes to influence Diddy's legal situation. Their motivation? According to sources close to the investigation, there are recordings that could expose the true nature of their decades-long relationship with the music mogul. As pressure mounts and more evidence comes to light, we're left wondering, just how far will they go to keep their secrets buried? And more importantly, what happens if they fail? As pressure mounts and more evidence comes to light, we're left wondering, just how far will they go to keep their secrets buried? And more importantly, what happens if they fail? Drop your thoughts below on what you think really happened, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more deep dives into the entertainment industry's biggest mysteries.